Morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of Block 9. I'd first like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land on which we meet today and throughout this week, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. I'd also like to acknowledge all elders past, present, and emerging, and any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders present here today. The first session today will be started off by Chloe White, Managing Director of Genesis Block, and from there we'll fall into our first round table. So please, I'd like to introduce Chloe White, and as well, at any point in time today that you're looking to connect with anyone locally, please reach out to us. And beyond that, we have some tokens for everybody for attending the session and throughout this week. So again, to Chloe White and to opening address. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on day 2 of Block 9. We're really excited that this is the first time that BGIN's general meeting is being held in Australia. And again, like to extend our thanks to everybody who's joining us here, especially those who have come from very far, other cities and countries. And we're really excited today to have a lot of conversations that specifically will focus on DeFi. And this is one of my passions and favorite topics. So I'm really pleased to introduce us all to the agenda for today. What we want to reiterate for those who particularly weren't here for our launch yesterday afternoon is that this is a very interactive event. And the reason why we are all here is to make sure that we unearth the key issues that we want to focus on in our research and future work. So it's not a conference just for the sake of talking. We will be documenting the conversations that we have today, and the conversations that we have will directly influence the documents that BGIN will produce in its next round of policy and research papers. So once again, encouraging everybody to consider, if you're not already part of a BGIN working group, please do consider joining one of our working groups or more. We do have multiple volunteers in BGIN who are across multiple working groups. But also consider if you want to self-nominate to help write research and contribute to our papers and documents that we produce. To see the existing body of work, you can refer to the website, chat to anybody in a steering committee. So with that in mind, so I'm calling today DeFi Day. I'm overruling the curators to say that it's officially DeFi Day. And the one use case that is undeniably a runaway train in this space is that of stablecoins. We welcome all the stablecoin builders, researchers, and policymakers who are in the room with us today. So this is the right group of people to have this conversation with. We are going to have a dedicated workshop this afternoon that I'll have the privilege to moderate, where we'll do a deep dive on the research that BGIN did this year on USDC following the DPEG crisis in March and the flow-through impacts that had on DeFi. And we have people today with us in the room who contributed to the production of that research. And that we were able to present recently to the United States Federal Reserve on the research that we did. So we are taking more feedback on that paper, and we'll finalize it following the conversations that we have in that workshop this afternoon. So special plug to come along to that if you can. I am already brokenhearted that I know that I won't be able to attend everything today because we also have concurrent workshops running. So there will be some very, very difficult decisions to make of which workshops you choose to attend, many talented speakers to listen to. But also remember that you are a speaker as well. So everybody please comment. If you don't have a comment, ask a question. This is a highly interactive forum. So thinking a little bit more about what are the implications of stablecoins, we've seen that a lot of traditional finance and payment companies have made a move in this space, including Stripe and Visa and PayPal. PayPal have launched their own stablecoin. I mentioned before USDC, which is issued by Circle, regulated in the US. USDC and the stablecoins that are on-chain currently settle more transactions than PayPal and are almost on par with the Visa network. So stablecoins are a very serious use case that are gaining huge amount of traction, not only in the context of the small blockchain industry, but in serious financial contexts. We have also seen a lot of work being done on stablecoins issued by governments, and we call these central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, as you all know. So we've got 130 countries that are exploring CBDCs. This represents 98% of global GDP. There are 21 pilots that are underway. 9 of those are in G20 countries. There are 11 that are fully launched. And there are a lot of conversations happening about tokenized deposits, and also now extending into tokenized real world assets. So the tokenization of other financial assets aside from money or fiat. And these are all the things that we're going to be exploring today. Conversations around oracles and centralization versus decentralization, settlement layer, layer 2's identity, and especially privacy are very hot topics when we discuss payments and stable coins and digital assets in general. So again, these are all relevant topics to BGIN and to BGIN's working groups, and we're going to be diving into these issues today and tomorrow when we also discuss identity and privacy in more detail at the conversations that will happen tomorrow. So there's a lot on offer today. If you scan the QR code that is on your name tag, you will have access to the website that has the program agenda on it. So please do keep referring back to the program agenda whenever you need. Before we dive into our first panel for today, I just want to mention a few practicalities and tips for these conversations. And based on some feedback that we received from new attendees, in order to help make these conversations as participatory and interactive as possible, there are multiple different ways that you can comment. If you don't feel that you want to interrupt the flow of conversation to make a comment out loud, you can go onto BGIN's discourse forum and create a post on the discourse. And this is a really good idea for you as well to sort of make suggestions on that forum about new types of research that you might wish to lead, or just comments or ideas on other pieces of research. So access to the discourse is open to everybody. All you need to do is just sign in. It's very simple. And you don't have to restrain your comments to whatever's being discussed at the time. Although the topics that are on the agenda are among the most interesting, of course. In addition to the discourse, we do also have a small Telegram group running that we've created just yesterday. So if you wanted to interact with other participants who are physically here, you can check the Telegram channel. And also please do just raise your hand or ask for a microphone to speak at any time throughout the day on any of the issues that are raised. For those who are attending virtually, also feel free to make comments in the video chat, and the hosts will ensure that the comments are read out to the room. And you can also ask a question if you don't have a comment for online participants as well. Today, we also need to call on volunteers to help us with note-taking. So when it comes time to break out into the workshops, if you are physically able to do so, please volunteer yourself to assist us with the note-taking process. As I said, the views that are explored today will be feeding into BGIN's public documentation. So it is really important for us to capture the conversations that happen here, given that we are a very impact-driven and outcomes-focused research community, and we do not gather here simply to have a talk fest and hear our own voice. Does anybody have any questions before we move forward? Or comments?
They're always microphone ready. So please, anyone hands up, microphone around to you. Please, we call it main discussants because you all discuss this well.
Great. So the comment from Joey was that there are roaming microphones. Please raise your hand to request to have the microphone. Any other points that we need to cover? Okay, I'm going to pass us back to Joey and we'll get stuck into the first panel. Thank you again, everybody, for being here.